Indian government bonds just experienced their sharpest sell-off in recent memory. But what the street isn't fully appreciating is the structural shift this signals for capital allocation across all emerging markets. This isn't just about local factors anymore, it's a profound repricing of global systemic risk, flowing directly into sovereign debt yields. So, what exactly is happening? Sovereign bonds, like India's, are typically seen as the bedrock of a nation's financial system, a safe haven asset class. They reflect market confidence in a government's ability to manage its finances and control inflation. Their yields are the discount rate for virtually every other asset in that economy. When these foundational assets slump, it indicates deeper structural vulnerabilities. This matters because the yield on the 10-year Indian government bond, or IN10Y, impacts everything from corporate borrowing costs to mortgage rates. A sustained rise in yields makes it more expensive for businesses to expand and for consumers to spend, potentially dampening economic growth. It's a critical component of any portfolio manager's asset insulation strategy. The immediate catalyst for this pause after the sharp sell-off was a one-two punch from the global energy markets and US monetary policy. We saw surging crude oil prices, pushing inflation expectations higher globally, alongside a significant uptick in U.S. Treasury yields, particularly the U.S. 10Y. This created an irresistible gravitational pull on capital. Why does this matter? Higher crude oil means higher imported inflation for a net oil importer like India, directly impacting the Reserve Bank of India's policy calculus. Simultaneously, rising U.S. 10Y yields make dollar-denominated assets more attractive, leading to potential capital outflows from emerging markets. That's a double squeeze for Indian bonds. The Federal Reserve's minutes, released recently, reflected persistent inflation concerns, even after a significant tightening cycle. This signals a higher-for-longer rate environment in the U.S. Providing less room for other central banks, including the RBI, to ease their monetary policy. The market appears to be pricing in this extended hawkish stance. What changes next? The RBI's execution strategy will be crucial. They'll need to balance domestic growth imperatives with the external pressures of global bond yields and commodity prices. Any dovish deviation without compelling domestic data could quickly lead to further bond market instability and a weaker USD/INR. Institutional capital is watching for a clear, firm response. Beyond monetary policy, the broader industry context is deeply unsettling. The U.S. military launched fresh strikes on Iran, immediately impacting peace hopes in the Middle East. This geopolitical escalation directly feeds into oil price volatility, creating a systemic tailwind for inflation and a headwind for global growth. Energy security is back at the forefront. Now look at how this impacts India's competitive landscape. Compared to other emerging markets, India's structural growth story remains compelling. However, its reliance on imported energy and the sensitivity of its currency, USD/INR, to global risk-off sentiment means it's not immune. Capital is seeking the highest risk-adjusted returns, and global volatility makes that calculation far more complex. The primary structural risks include persistent oil price inflation, continued hawkish pressure from the U.S. Federal Reserve, and the potential for further geopolitical instability to disrupt supply chains and commodity markets. These factors could keep Indian bond yields elevated, increasing government borrowing costs and potentially crowding out private investment. Another vulnerability lies in the potential for foreign portfolio investor, or FPI, outflows if the interest rate differential between India and the U.S. narrows too much or even reverses. This liquidity shift would put significant pressure on the INR and require the RBI to intervene, potentially drawing down foreign exchange reserves. That's a risk portfolio managers must absolutely insulate against. Looking ahead, the forward earnings visibility for companies sensitive to interest rates and commodity prices will remain murky. We anticipate continued volatility in the IN10Y, with an upward bias if global pressures persist. Valuation reassessment across fixed income and rate-sensitive equities is already underway, presenting both challenges and selective opportunities for capital rotation. The key catalyst for a shift would be a significant de-escalation of geopolitical tensions, leading to a sustained drop in oil prices, or a clear signal from the Federal Reserve that its tightening cycle is definitively over. Until then, expect central banks globally, especially the RBI, to remain cautious and data-dependent. This means continued yield pressure. From a tactical perspective, institutional investors should maintain a trim consideration on long-duration Indian government bonds and any highly rate-sensitive equities until clearer signals emerge. However, for a breakout watch, consider sectors exhibiting strong domestic demand recovery, coupled with pricing power to offset imported inflation, and those with inherent asset insulation from currency depreciation. Think defensives and export-oriented plays that can benefit from a weaker INR. The current bond market turbulence is a critical signal for how global macro forces are reshaping investment theses for emerging markets like India. Understanding these structural shifts, not just reacting to daily headlines, is what truly informs intelligent capital allocation. For more institutional insights and deep dives that cut through the noise, make sure you subscribe to SR Money News. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our next structural analysis. We are here to help you navigate these complex markets.